Okay. Today I went to see James Harding because I'm just reading a card from Holding Red Lick. I should have been more positive, but probably I wasn't because this lotto has taken me on many ups and downs. Like, lo and behold, I get solicitors and then they realize it's too much work or they don't have a chance. And really, they're in it more for the money. I would, of course, because that's their position. But my position is for my mental health and moral well-being. I want Lotto to produce the time of the transaction, albeit after the statute of limitations, and the type of ticket to see how close my memory was. Yes, my memory probably won't hold me in a court, and that's the position that this young solicitor took. But at the same time, like any solicitor or person who thinks they know more than you, yes, I was going to advice. They like to cut you down and state what they state. But I've been doing this for 6.5 years, so I know what I know. Yes, I needed advice legally, and I found out that this guy cannot help me. So, and then I said, well, I had one person that was going to take me on with a 500 retainer, and um, unfortunately, it hurt James because he said he'd done thousands of dollars of work, and I go, really? I've done a lot of the legwork. He may have rang my witness or emailed my witness. I'm not sure what else he did, but he did provide me with on their own letterhead part of a case of someone called Clements who tried to sue New South Wales lotteries. I probably wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I do want the surprise to happen. I want for Lotto to produce some back of house stuff just to confirm things. I mean, I know Lotto is in the government department, but through freedom of information, I don't think it's just government. I'm hoping that I can find some info. If anything, I can write a book. Maybe no one's interested because not many people do look at my. I've only been going for a couple of minutes. Not many people do look at these YouTubes, but I was exhausted today. I had, like you can still see, I had papers all over the floor. I was trying to sort things out for the forensic accountant to give him some back. I actually forgot to give the young lawyer a gift. How's that? I guessed his age. He was 29, and I could barely believe that. But that he told me that Lotto had blacklisted me, and he was quite sincere because he didn't. He made some kind of comment, and he thought that it was ribbing me, but like he was, but he wasn't. Like, of course he'll ask, what places you in the store? Why do you think this happened? What if they say, the transaction was at a certain time? And also, I said to him, well, they're lying. And from my experience, I've seen how the Justice Department and their investigations pretty much amount to zero. They're just time wasters. The lawyer was saying to me about, CCTV. I tried all that. I did everything possible. That's why he thought he'd hurt me because he was saying, what more could have I done? And I said, well, I wouldn't have lost the ticket. He said, I didn't mean that. But yeah, like losing the ticket has brought me to this point. But sometimes things like this actually uncover, like maybe I didn't have to know, but the Justice Department, it's like any department, like, there's crooks in the police force, when they're meant to be upholding the law. The very people that should be, a lot of them are crooks. So, it stands to reason that people that work in the Justice Department, basically, they don't give a shit, or they actually work against the people they're meant to be representing. Like when they represented me and my son, I thought they were working in our favour. No, they were only working to cover whether Lotto did their job properly. And one covers the other. And then it gets to the ombudsman, and the ombudsman says, look, it's not that we don't believe you, there's not enough proof. Fair enough. But, don't waste people's time. Don't make them feel um, positive. Yes, it's nice to feel positive. I was told 6 months into the investigation, oh, like you're the only one that's got this far. I mean, I still have faith. Why would I let this go? Sure, I can see objectively, and, maybe there's not much of a chance, but there's still a chance. And, my sister and I ran around a big hospital and we saved my mum from more amputation when they'd made a mistake on one of the forms. So, you know, mistakes are made and you need advocates for everything. And, lawyers are not always great advocates because they're people that like to charge a lot of money and prove cases. And sometimes they can't always prove cases, or sometimes they can't get lots of money, so they're not interested. So, like if it was a person's own parent, perhaps that they would look at filing cases and in order to try and prove what somebody already knows. I have to get my head around that one. I don't want to go spending lots of money legally, and I probably won't be able to get someone if there's not a good hope of some kind of a win. But I just thought there was a bit of a carrot there for people. Like I was willing to give half the win to a solicitor just to prove my point. But if I do get to prove my point without anybody's help, well, it will be up to me for which I would like to give some funds to. I definitely would still give some to the forensic accountant. I definitely give some to my witnesses, but they've helped, but they haven't been of great help. They don't like to be bothered. One said that she recognised me when the lawyer spoke to her. Apparently, my husband didn't give me much money, and I remember buying a ticket, but I can't remember if I bought one that day. That's not good enough. So people like that, I don't think they deserve that much for all that I've fought. Yeah, Jenny Evans, because I hope she doesn't know me mentioning the name. Yeah, she did believe in me and send me a credit card statement. And I said to the lawyer, who would do that? I probably wouldn't even do that to somebody. So, like to me, although I can't remember the exact time and there was no record of me being where I was, I believe I know enough that nobody else would know. And I can't just be making this up. And there's got to be some grey area where Lotto come forth and say, look, circumstantially, there's a lot of this going on, and I don't think you could guess all of this. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Like, I've got a lot of chapters for a book, and if anything, it'll help somebody else if they ever happen to be in my situation. And it's not just about proving a Lotto win, it's about proving anything and standing up for yourself, because that's what you have to do in life. Otherwise, people do, take the mickey out of you and walk all over you, which is what Lotto and the Justice Department have done to me, by the way. And, it goes for just about everyone else I meet. The forensic accountant's been really lovely, and I'm lucky that this guy at least spent some time with me. Even the community legal people said, like, I could sue, I could fight, but I mean, they won't help me, but I could do that. So, I don't see as a everyday punter why I can't lodge or file something to the court to say, look, I want this info, even if it is after the statute of limitations. I'm not happy. Look, if I had the money, I would sue Lotto, but then they'll end up suing me back, and I don't have the money. And I've thought about going bankrupt, but I don't want to mess around with my family, so I'll leave that at that. But I'll definitely write my thoughts down, and it may help someone else in my sort of situation. But the bottom line is, don't ever give up. I've still got 5 months and 1 week to go. You never know, miracles happen. I could still find the ticket. So, that would be a miracle. And the other miracle would be for me to find someone that could represent me legally pro bono, that actually can put up a good fight. We all know a good solicitor can make a guilty person innocent. So in my case, no one gives a shit really. But anyway, thanks for that. Be well, everyone.